Saint Martin de Porres was born in Lima, Peru on December 9, 1579. Martin was the illegitimate son to a Spanish gentleman and a freed slave from Panama, of African or possibly Native American descent. At a young age, Martin's father abandoned him. His Therese of Lisieux OCD, born Marie-Françoise Therese Martin, also known as Saint Therese of the Child Jesus and the Holy Face, was a French Catholic Discalced Carmelite nun who is widely venerated in modern times. Thomas Aquinas, Op was an Italian Dominican friar and priest, who was an immensely influential philosopher, theologian and jurist in the tradition of scholasticism. He is known within the scholastic tradition as the Doctor Angelicus, the Doctor Communis, and the Doctor Universalis. Elizabeth of Hungary, also known as Saint Elizabeth of Thuringia, or Saint Elizabeth of Thuringia, was a princess of the Kingdom of Hungary and the Landgravine of Thuringia in Germany. Ignatius of Loyola, S.J., venerated as Saint Ignatius of Loyola, was a Spanish Catholic priest and theologian, who, with Peter Faber and Francis Xavier, founded the religious order of the Society of Jesus, and became its first superior general, in Paris in 1541. Catherine of Alexandria is, according to tradition, a Christian saint and virgin, who was martyred in the early 4th century at the hands of the Emperor Maxentius. Saint Peter, also known as Peter the Apostle, Peter the Rock, Simon Peter, Simeon, Simon, or Cephas, was one of the 12 apostles of Jesus Christ, and one of the first leaders of the early Christian Church. He is traditionally counted as the first bishop of Rome or pope, and also as the first bishop of Antioch. Teresa of Avila, OCD, also called Saint Teresa of Jesus, was a Spanish noblewoman who was called to convent life in the Catholic Church. Saint Dominic Op, also known as Dominic Guzman, was a Castilian Catholic priest, mystic, the founder of the Dominican order and is the patron saint of astronomers and natural scientists. He is alternatively called Dominic of Osma, Dominic of Caliroiga, and Domingo Felix de Guzman. Maria Teresa Goretti is an Italian virgin martyr of the Catholic Church, and one of the youngest saints to be canonized. She was born to a farming family. Her father died when she was 9, and the family had to share a house with another family, the Serenalis. Saint Lawrence or Lawrence was one of the 7 deacons of the city of Rome under Pope Sixtus II who were martyred in the persecution of the Christians that the Roman Emperor Valerian ordered in 258. Anthony of Padua or Anthony of Lisbon was a Portuguese Catholic priest and friar of the Franciscan order. He was born and raised by a wealthy family in Lisbon, Portugal, and died in Padua, Italy. John the Evangelist is the name traditionally given to the author of the Gospel of John. Christians have traditionally identified him with John the Apostle, John of Patmos, and John the Presbyter, although this has been disputed by most modern scholars. Clare of Assisi was an Italian saint and one of the first followers of Francis of Assisi. She founded the Order of Poor Ladies, a monastic religious order for women in the Franciscan tradition, and wrote their Rule of Life, the first set of monastic guidelines known to have been written by a woman. Giovanni di Pietro di Bernardone, better known as Saint Francis of Assisi, was a mystic Italian Catholic friar, founder of the Franciscans, and one of the most venerated figures in Christianity. He was inspired to lead a life of poverty and itinerant preaching. Pope Gregory IX canonized him on July 16, 1228. Luke the Evangelist is one of the four evangelists, the four traditionally ascribed authors of the canonical Gospels. The early Church Fathers ascribed to him authorship of both the Gospel of Luke and the Acts of the Apostles. Mark the Evangelist, also known as Saint Mark, is the person who is traditionally ascribed to be the author of the Gospel of Mark. According to church tradition, Mark founded the Episcopal See of Alexandria, which was one of the 5 most important sees of early Christianity. Matthew the Apostle, also known as Saint Matthew and possibly as Levi, was, according to the New Testament, one of the 12 apostles of Jesus.